Thank you. Hey, we will call the meeting to order. We're meeting in regular session, August 10th, 2026. All board members are present. Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye. The agenda is accepted. Our next order of business is recognitions.
We are excited to be back at Frankfurt High School. Now, part of this league, we're closing out our first week this week, so we had some recognitions from the end of last year in the summer that we want to make sure we got going before we were underway. First, we have one that's no longer a Frankfurt High student because he graduated. But excited to welcome Gavin Prophet back to honor him for completing his data scene apprenticeship. Yeah.
And Mr. Rogers, I think Mr. Gupton is here, and I think he
Yes.
had a few words he wanted to say.
Where you all know? Okay. All right.
Here.
That's not.
Very nice. Well, I'm Brian Gupton. I'm the Chief Executive Officer. Data Sync, we're an education and workforce development organization based in Louisville. We currently serve 62 school districts across the state. And this first time here with your all's board. And we've been here for a few years now in the district. We were brought here or invited here by your technology director, Jonathan Jones, who we worked with in Hazard City Schools for many years. And so DataSync brings new technology to school districts to serve your all's curriculum needs and on a daily basis, but also those computers are linked across the state to help the University of Louisville's Brown Cancer Center develop new and more effective cancer therapies. In the background, while your teachers and students are using the technology, they're earned through training by either teachers or your technology professionals. And this is where Gavin comes into play. In 2018, we started a United States Department of Labor registered apprenticeship program, a skilled trades program in technology, just like any of your other skilled trades, carpentry, welding, HVAC. Technology is one of them. And so Gavin has not only been a student over the last 2 years as a part of DataScene, but also an employee of your all's technology department. And so he has put in over 600 hours over that 2-year period, as well as instruction outside of the standard day to develop these skills the technology that you all support is everything that every community hospital, bank, or courthouse supports. And so he has 2 years worth of practical work experience as he moves into university, so he doesn't maybe have to wait tables while he's in college. And he has this certificate as a part of that. And on top of that, your all's investment in Gavin over the last 2 years, just a little bit, just right at $7,000 over during that period. Gavin has also earned close to $26,000 worth of new technology for the district that helps continue building that pipeline of students that can maybe participate in the program. So thank you all for allowing that opportunity to happen for Gavin and for us to support that. We're very thankful. And then Gavin, we've got this, these are your goodies. But more importantly, well, actually, the goodies are great, but the certificate's better. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And thank you all.
Get pictures, so you know.
Oh,
If you want to stand next to Gavin.
I'll go. John.
Jonathan, you want to get up here? Yeah.
You're still here. Here's what.
All right, here we go, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
All right, so now the classroom, we're in the baseball field now. So we have a couple people that we're excited to have here tonight for our baseball program. Program that we've built over the last 8 years, because Coach McConaughey, it's become a great team every year that we like to watch grow. So first in that team, Will Bashir was named first team all 11th region, all state last year. So we are the Thank you, Mr. Rogers. We'll stand up here when we talk about Coach McConaughey. On the picture, push you guys together in the picture. Our coach, Travis McConaughey, was named 11th Region Baseball Coach of the Year. As I said, we're very lucky to have Travis. He has helped us build this program into what it is today. As a small independent school, that can be tough, but he has done a fantastic job and gotten us where we are. So great honor to have him named 11th Region Coach, and we're proud to have him here.
Small independent school in the 11th region.
In the 11th Region, yeah, he did all that.
He was also third team all state. So, it's proud of him.
All right, here we go, on 3, 1, 2, 3. All right.
Police, we got it, I don't know. All right, so we have a few students from this summer. Another exciting thing every summer for Kentucky high schools are the different governor's schools. It's always great for students there. Again, we want to have as many students have that opportunity as possible. Another program that's continuing to grow in our participation. Testament to the students at Frankfurt High and the work that they put in. So we had 4 in governor's school this summer. First for Governor's School of the Arts, we had Catherine Jenkins. You had 3 that were just part of the Governor's School program. First, Jack Marshall. Next up, we had his brother Eli Marshall. And then finally, David Bessinger was a part of the Governor's School of the Arts last year, and then this year selected for the Governor's School program. So 2 years in a row. Always great to have them and have 4 accepted participate this year is fantastic. Hope to do the same next year. Give students able to show off their students.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
A few more recognitions, they are at football practice, which is a good thing, we're glad they're there. But we have 2 athletes
Glad they're at football practice.
that placed in multiple races, state track meet for unified track last year. So Joe Larson, for the 2x200 long jump, 3rd place for shot put, 5th place in the 2x50. Signed for Joe, and then his partner in the unified races was Everett Thomas. So we want to honor them tonight for their performance in the unified track. Make sure you get these, but we are excited they're out on the football field tonight.
Okay, the next agenda item is comments and concerns. No one has requested to address the board tonight, so we move to reports. You've received the personnel report. There's no action necessary on that tonight. The next report is the orders of the treasurer.
And just a couple of things I wanted to highlight on page 2. And it's in my notes, but it's just I wanted to highlight it because it's a safeguard we put in place. It is the Go Guardian Beacon student. Go Guardian is software we use to monitor student activity on Chromebooks to alert us to students who are in danger of harm or of self-harm. So that's something that we monitor right now, 24 hours a day, correct, Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Yes. Let's see, also on that page, there's a Chromebook open charging mount. I won't say we, Mr. Rogers and his team at Frankfurt High have decided to cart Chromebooks this year instead of them having them 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we had our instructional PLC today and already hearing positive things about students being more engaged with activities other than being on a screen. At lunch, more time for them to socialize versus having their Chromebooks right in front of them. So a positive turn from that. We have again signed up for Redbook email support that allows us to email Ron Flannery throughout the school year. If we have any Redbook questions, this service is for administrators, finance staff, and bookkeepers. You see on a couple of pages, data cable install for new camera, front door cameras. The one at the back door at Frankfurt High was faulty, so we replaced it. And we are putting a new one at the preschool door at Second Street. Your KSBA membership dues are in this orders, and your policy and procedure service are in here. Lots of startup supplies for the beginning of the school year. On page 4, you see a $48,000 Just Right Readers materials. That's a literacy grant purchase, which if you haven't met Mr. Begley, he's here tonight. He has picked up that literacy grant and run with it. It's been a very welcome help. So all students in those grades will have the backpack buddies this year instead of just the ones with the reading intervention plan. So every student will get to benefit from that. On page 5, you see $3,981 for the Second Street garden hydrant. This was a grant funded purchase to put water in the gardens on the Second Street playground. Is that correct, Mr. Griswold?
Yes.
Thank you.
Parking lot in.
And then anytime you see a startup cash till for schools, that one particular was for cafeteria and to have cash on hand when students bring money to buy snacks and a la carte items. That's all I have.
Just out of curiosity, on the Red Book support, is that coordinated through Mr. Rupert or
Yes.
like it's? Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Mr. Flannery will include me on any response back that
Okay,
I'm not already CC'd on. He will make sure I see that that's happening.
okay, good, thank you.
I think that's what you were looking for.
Yes. Any questions, comments?
So are we still working on the list of technology?
Yes,
'Cause
Mr. Jones is working on that
There's
for
a
you.
bunch of them in here that I thought should be included in that. And then on page 4, there's a new checks for new accounts. What new account do we have?
It's from Tom Brock Forms.
The high school had an issue where someone was making pretty convincing fraud checks. So thankfully the bank worked with us so that we weren't out any money, but we, in a precaution, have set up a new bank account to get all the money out of the previous one. And that was just checks to go along with that change.
Was there any investigation into that
We
or?
brought it up to the bank and I've seen the images, they look like they could have been right out of our, but the physical checks were still over at the high school office, so they hadn't even left the building, which is.
And the images of them online, change the numbers, change the amounts, put signatures on. And they sent over the images of them, so yeah.
No money was just.
No,
No,
the bookkeeper caught them.
yeah, it's just nothing for our protection of the bank. All that money back that we decided we didn't want that account to be. No possibility that happened again.
Hey, if there are no other questions, is there a motion to approve the orders of the treasurer?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye. The motion carries. The orders are approved. Next is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So move.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. In favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. The consent agenda is approved, and our next agenda item is an attendance update for the last school year.
Mr. Driscoll.
Um, so I ran our numbers as of Friday and we looked at our attendance percentage to close out the 25-26 year. Our district average was 92.42, FHS 91.13, and Second Street at 93.08. The enrollment numbers were ran on Friday and currently at Frankfurt High, we were up to 264 and Second Street at 507, but I can't say as of today, I believe Miss Bowen at Second Street, I think enrolled 5 or 6 more students.
They're going up daily.
It's going to Bailey, county starts Wednesday, we usually get a couple in during that time. For those hopefully to continue growing. I also gave you a breakdown of demographics of the school. And also we are at, when it looks at tuition of our overall, we are at right now 374 tuition students. Any questions?
But we're higher, like at Second Street, our enrollment is higher to start the year than it was last year, and it's not even 507 anymore.
No.
It's higher than 507. That was Friday. It's gone up a good number of students each day. Frankfurt High, we're still a little down, but I noticed today that we have 2 new tuition applications. We just are waiting on documentation for those.
And we had at Frankfurt High, a graduating class of.
26. It was a big class.
Mr. Driscoll, how does our attendance percentage compare with the county school system?
I have to look, we do those competitions and stuff with middle school and high school where we have attendance percentages and we're usually all around the same percentage.
And statewide?
I have to check, it's been so up and down, and I know it's 6 years removed from COVID, but still battle. If you look at the 22.
Yeah, for sure.
We can look those numbers up.
It'd be interesting to find out.
Do you know last year approximately how many families were referred to court for truancy? Is like a handful or
Handful.
when just a handful? Do the truancy letters seem to get
Yes,
the record?
Miss Lisa sends those out and Miss Carrie at the high school, and we usually get phone calls regarding those and some action.
A lot of times those letters are like people not turning in notes. And so they will prompt them, oh, I need to turn in my note for that day, my doctor's note or my parent note. So we work with them on getting those turned in and hopefully they fall off of the list. There are some that get filed on that are habitual. And we did, we did make some tough decisions on some tuition students because of habitual truancy this year. Any other questions for Mr. Driscoll?
Since we have been monitoring numbers at Second Street a little bit, maybe when everything settles, we could get classroom numbers, class size numbers, and on in a format with the master schedule. So we see how many Thank you, Mr. Driscoll. Okay, we move to new business. The first item of new business is to discuss and approve a construction management firm. We received 3 letters of interest. I am only familiar with one of them. And I will say that the experience was very positive with that particular one.
The 3 that I solicited from, I spoke with Mr. Ossie about, and he has worked with all 3 of them. He actually gave me a couple of names not to solicit letters from, so he was very transparent and honest. He is fine with any of these 3. Personally, just on my dealings with them and getting the letters, I feel like the Codell, the one you have the experience with, I just feel like there's more of a personal touch, which means a lot to me. Being able to just pick up the phone and call a human when something's going on, so. And if you've had good experience with them in the past, then I feel like you'll probably have a good experience with them again.
What is Marilla? Where is their home? I'm missing it.
Feel like Lexington. They have a Lexington office and a Louisville office. And Codell is out of Winchester,
And the other one is Vansford.
Banksburg.
Um, any thoughts?
I was happy with Codell last time.
They were very responsive, always on site and on top of things, so.
And they didn't have me any questions. They were
Well,
Johnny on the spot.
if there are no other comments, questions, I will entertain a motion to engage with Codell Construction Management for potential. The motion's been made and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Motion carries. And that firm will be engaged. The next item is potential tax rates.
And I let Mr. Rupert drive on this.
Right, so we'll go through the slideshow. You also have all of the information we receive each year with ADE, as well as an analysis from Michael George of Compass Finance that he put together for us. This is just a quick timeline. One of the newer requirements that we have for through legislation for our tax rates is beginning this year, we have to announce and advertise and expect a tax rate, whereas previously we could just meet and take one of the different options, but regardless of what we're doing, we have to advertise that. And so we've built this calendar to fit that in, but we just received our tax reports. We're having our additional information. Ideally, at the next August 24th board meeting, we could propose our tax rate, and then that would give us September 2nd and September 9th to advertise that in the paper. And then at our September 14th board meeting, we could set that tax rate. And then our 45 days from August 5th, which is required, would be September 18th. So we still have time to meet that requirement. So this is the analysis put together from Compass, starting with that left side. The A is the breakdown into different types of taxes. Column B is going to be the compensating rate, which is the tax rate to give us the same amount of revenue we took in last year. Column C is going to be that compensation with a 0.9 additional for exonerations. Column D is the rate that would get us 4% more than our revenue from last year. And then E is that 4% with that 0.9 on top for the exonerations. So you can see the assessments at the top are going to be the same in each column. Those aren't changing. The building fund percentage as well as the recallable nickel percentage is going to be the same. So that the impact is really only looking at just our general fund. And that ranges from 79.6 in the compensating rate to 84.6 in the 4%. And then below, you can see that that's 103.2, 104.1, 107.3, and 108.2. Our motor vehicle is capped the max at 47.4, and then these are all assuming a 97% collection rate. So down at the very bottom, we've got our property tax revenue in that first column. Building fund, which is going to be our local amount that goes towards our building fund. It's going to be $827,673 in each of those scenarios. And then for our general fund, looking at in column B, just slightly over 3,008,000, up to almost 3.2 in the column E of 3,194,000.
Well, and I will say this about exonerations. Michael did put the exonerations on here, but you all have not been keen on taking exonerations because it somewhat punishes the paying taxpayer for the non-paying taxpayer. So, knowing that, I would look at columns B and D, not C and E. So your compensating rate for the same revenue for this year as last year is 103.2. We're at 102.9 right now. And then the 4% is 107.3. And if you remember last year or 2 years, we were 107.5. So.
This is a lot of numbers. I'm happy to take any questions on this slide specifically if you have it.
Is it 107.3 or 107.8?
It's 107.3 without exonerations. That was a typo on my part.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I thought I fixed it everywhere.
Yeah, that's all right.
One.
It's 107. Yeah.
And then looking at the next slide, we have our compensating rate of 103.2, which would net just slightly over 3.7 million. The real estate for 3.7 million, the personal property or tangible is $244,000. Subsection 1 is a much higher rate than 120.7. We haven't taken that in the past, and but looking at 4%, 107.3, which would take the real estate revenue to 3,857,000, and then that personal property of $253,892. And then in both scenarios, the motor vehicle projected to do $145,211. And then, so this breaks it down, looking at our base building fund of 5.9 cents, callable nickels of 17.7, and then the general fund and the compensating of 103.2 versus the general fund in the 4% increase of 107.3. So in both of those, 827,673 for the building fund, and then our general fund, 3,008,000 compared to 3,160,000.
And it's important to note that that building fund revenue is prior to equalization.
Yes, this is just our local contribution. And then breaking down those two tax rates compared to different home values, and then also the current is 102.9. And then that difference is the 107.3 compared to the current of 102.9. And then the column on the right is the difference per month. And what you can see is the difference per year.
I hate to focus on any one of these home values as a median home values because there's no predicting home values right now, but I'll go the 200,000 row. So the difference on the year at the 4% would be an increase of $88 on their tax bill and $7.33 per month. From the current rate to the 4% rate.
These slides in our packet.
Okay, I'll print for you.
And then just some of the items we consider anytime we're making a budget or setting tax rates of, or our tax collection, we pay the city of Frankfurt, 1.5% of everything that they collect for us. It was just slightly over $50,000 this last year. Tax exempt property, which is, you all know, a huge portion of our district. Facility needs, we're continually addressing in HVAC and those sorts of things, and then also the wants, you know, more than just the bare necessities, but where we can go in the future.
I think that's the last one.
Yes, that's all I have. Thank you.
Any questions, comments tonight? Okay, thank you, Mr. Griffin. We will now do superintendent's comments.
You have my superintendent's report in front of you. Jonathan, I forgot to do it. If you didn't see, we were featured, I've just put a picture of this video on here. We were featured last week on the news for being the first district in the state of Kentucky back to school. So it was on Fox 56 if you want to watch it, but I wanted to, I think WKYT came and took some footage one of those days as well. So we got some positive press about being back in school. And we are almost to, I didn't. We also were featured on the cover of the Spectrum in the State Journal, celebrating our students from Second Street and Frankfurt High as they headed back to school for an exciting new year. I will say that I've gotten a lot of positive feedback this past week on the first day for kindergarten only. We see some head nods. It was really nice to give parents and our littlest learners the space to enter the building without all the distractions and without all the chaos, and just give them the space to have their moments and enter their lunch numbers, I'm sure, Miss White, and pick up their trays and find the bathrooms and do all of the things. So it was a very positive day to be able to do that last week for our kindergartners, and then have everybody else back the second day. Our preschool team received a 4-star rating from the Kentucky All-Stars rating, which is a big deal for us. Reflects the hard work, passion, and dedication that our preschool team brings every day. The highest you can get is a 5, and we just lacked one small little thing to get to a 5. Not sure if it's something we want to do to get to a 5, knowing that it's really not going to make a difference, the thing we're waiting on in what we're doing. So I'm proud of our preschool staff, and that includes our FIS staff as well. I put this here because this is something that I'm super excited about at Second Street, called Paws of Excellence. So Second Street's partnering with PTSA to launch Paws of Excellence, a school-wide challenge celebrating Panther Cubs doing amazing things each day, including highest attendance, being at school, most books read, best hallway leaders, least classroom referrals, and then special bonus awards from the principal. And then grade levels with the most paws will win a special PTSA treat at the end of a period of tracking the paws. It's their effort at reinforcing positive behavior interventions. And we're all of us going to have stickers, right? We're gonna have stickers just for ourselves as administrators and teachers, and when we see students doing these things, I will have my own set of stickers that will be Dr. Satterley stickers, and Miss Goodrich will have her stickers, and anybody can hand out stickers when, we see students doing these things. I saw Miss Goodrich handing out stickers the very first day of school. So just being proactive versus reactive when those with behavior.
I thought you were meaning all of you all would have the chart too, you all did.
Oh, do we get stickers too?
I don't know, I just thought maybe the
We can make
students.
charts for everyone.
Yeah, maybe the students would grade a little bit too.
And I don't think anybody will be surprised by this, but my very favorite thing is who will be caught reading next. We are already catching our smallest Panther Cubs reading. We'll be on the lookout for students who are choosing to pick up a book, dive into a great story and grow as readers. And we're also focusing on adult readers and making sure that our students see adults reading. I was walking down the hallway the other day and a certain 7th and 8th grade social studies teacher during class change was standing in the hallway, monitoring the hallway with a book. And it made my heart so happy because I don't think we create readers if we don't model readers. So just encouraging them to keep the books open. And if they get caught, they might get something special. So. Other great things, I feel like my presentation was pretty Second Street heavy, but preschool starts Wednesday. Yay. We have a home athletic event every night this week, sometimes more than one. I think when people leave here tonight, some are going to soccer. Tomorrow we have middle school football, and then we have boys soccer, and we don't have cross country this week, but we have a little bit of everything. We do have a home football scrimmage Friday night. Frankfurt High starts iReady testing tomorrow with 9th graders, 10th graders on Wednesday, and 11th grade students on Thursday. And our junior ROTC program and Trailblazer Academy classes will start on Wednesday, August 12th as well. And I don't have any pictures of it, but I'm super excited that Frankfurt High had a club blitz on Friday, and not just clubs, athletics too, in which every single Frankfurt High student was presented with extracurricular opportunities. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, that concludes our business for this evening. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
A motion and a second, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Motion carries and we are adjourned.
So we have Mr. T here.